Hi, welcome to the third lesson in the second week of the Watcher course. This lesson we're going to talk about how to identify truly educational content, right? Because marketing can tell you it's educational, but it might not be. What's in the agenda? The core characteristics of educational content, the difference between edutainment, which is just entertainment masked as an education, and true education. The key questions to ask and how to reinforce it offline, which is key, right? So first, core characteristics of genuinely educational content. First, it's interactive and engaging, right? So it requires the child to engage with it, to participate, to touch, to swipe, to speak, to think, okay? Instead of just sitting there and watching passively. It has clear learning objectives. So it can be alphabetization, it can be a quiz, it can be counting, it can be teaching basic math, right? But there is an objective to the app. So it's clear, it's not confusing and changing. Third, it has age-appropriate design. So this is an example of a toy that emulates a tablet and emulates a smartphone, but it's actually only an alphabetization toy, right? So it has the letters, and when the child touches one of them, it says the letters. Also, it has good quality of production, right? So it's clear, it's not cluttered, it's not confusing. So an app that's teaching a child how to spell only has the letters and the word or the phrases that the child has to spell on screen. No clutter, no ads, no many alternatives, no confusing sounds, right? How to spot edutainment instead of true education. Okay, so first, be careful with gamification without clear learning objectives, right? Games may use bright colors, sounds, just to catch their attention, but there is no really learning goal there. There is nothing really being taught. Excessive advertising and in-app purchases, right? So the content is gated behind purchasing. Before you know it, the child is trying to push the purchase button just because she wants to progress in the game. So be careful with that. The child is getting confused because the content is not well designed, is not adaptable, right? So this is easy to catch because you notice your child getting nervous, getting frustrated, right? So if your child is getting nervous, interacting with an app, getting frustrated, it's probably not a good app for her, right? So how can you prevent this from happening? Again, previewing is very important. Previewing and co-viewing, right? So take a look at it before you give it to the child, right? Interact with it. Look how it happens. Look at the flow. Look at what's being displayed. Are there ads? Are there purchases? Is it a clear objective? All of these things, okay? So key questions to ask when evaluating digital content. First, what's the goal here? What's being taught, right? What is my child supposed to learn from this? Can you identify the goal? Is it clear? Second, does it encourage active thinking or just clicking buttons, and regardless of the child being learning what's on screen, she will progress, because if that's what happens, you will see that she will just progress. She will not even care trying to read or trying to accomplish whatever tasks on screen. Okay, it's just a distraction. Is it free from ads and in-app purchases, right? Manipulative features. Does it spark curiosity? Does it spark conversation? Does your child ask you questions about what she's seeing on screen, right? Those are good signs of the app being genuinely focused on teaching or not, right? And don't worry about writing this down. We are making this available for download as a checklist in the resources for this lesson. This is on our free community. If you are on YouTube, you have to access the free community to get this resource. So, how do you reinforce the learning from screen offline? And this is very important, right? To help fixate it. Discuss, connect, talk to the child, right? Help her connect the dots between what she's seeing on screen and what happens in real life, right? Link it to real world objects and experiences. So if the child is learning how to count, give her toys where she will have to count, right? Encourage the application of the concepts that were learned on screen, off screen. Do follow-up activities related to what was seen on screen, right? Books, arts projects, drawings, outdoors play, right? Try to relate what was learned on screen to off screen. Because in the end, we want to teach children that learning can happen anywhere, right? It's not restricted to learning on screen or even to learning in a classroom, right? Outdoors, playing outdoors, in a park, in a playground, in a hike, everywhere is a place where learning can take place. So that's it for this lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Now we know what truly educational content is and how to tell it apart from edutainment, right? And we understand that reinforcing learning beyond the screen is super important, right? Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next lesson. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join our free community so we can share experiences, knowledge, resources. It's free. And I'll catch you in the next lesson. Bye-bye.